What's up, friends? I hope you're doing great. I just want to say happy Monday to you. And I wanted to provide you with a new video that I came up with that's entitled, Is Your Mental Hard Drive Corrupt or Freed Up? 5 Tips for Keeping Your Head on Straight. I created these to really kind of help when I get going in the day, when I start out for the day. Sometimes my mind is up before I'm up, and I wake up to a constant list of things that need to get done, responsibilities, deadlines, stuff with the family, responsibilities there. So not just running the business, but also running the family and making sure that everybody's taken care of, which can be a very, very tall order as an entrepreneur, as a father, as a husband. And so I just want to share a few techniques in my recent blog post of what would really help me each morning as I go about getting prepared for the day, getting ready for the day, and setting out before I even start doing the day. And so one of them is going to mean getting up early, and the other thing is sitting down and getting a strategy. But when I'm in that time, this is what I wanted to share with you. Okay, so here's the 5 tips. Have you ever woken up and before the alarm found yourself in a panic or anxiety for no apparent reason? A majority of days start as if I'm starting out of the gate as like a racehorse, a bolt of lightning and moving. For years, I thought something was wrong with me, and I thought something must be off in my spirit when it wasn't quiet for some reason. Later did I realize this is one of my greatest gifts. I'm wired as a type A leader, and my mind is awake before I am. However, I have learned a few great techniques to keep myself from obsessing and carrying mental baggage throughout the day. As parents, employees, entrepreneurs, and people, our goal is to be productive, efficient, and in the moment as much as possible. This is a form of joy in living in the sweet spot. What would your day feel like without clutter and preoccupations of anxiety and stress? Our brains are similar to computer hard drives. We can be running efficiently, or parts can be corrupt. These corrupts keep us from being in the present, loving our families, loving our friends, and blocked from efficiency in our work. I call this interference baggage. All right, so let me unpack what the strategies look like. And this is what I keep from allowing the baggage to fill up, okay? Number 1, you are what you eat. I've noticed that when I start my day feeding on truth and scripture, that I start the day in confidence, excitement, and I'm reminded of my goal. If you take in truth and eat a mental healthy diet of wisdom, you can learn from others what not to do. So when I'm in that Bible time and that time of just reading, I'm downloading. So if you're a hard drive, you're downloading truth, you're downloading wisdom, and I'm learning from others what not to do, but also learning from others what to do. These are great books. These are great strategists that have wisdom. I'm not just kicking back and reading. I'm actually digesting and putting in my mind and filling my cup so that I can walk in confidence into the day. Number 2, the Affirmation Blanket. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but it's a technique and a strategy that works fantastic. In my Evernote, I have a program called Evernote, and that's something that you might want to check out for gathering and keeping ideas, which is great. I have a list of truths and affirmations that I will read out loud. I don't read them, I say them. Like, I don't just look at them, I actually read them out loud audibly. Speaking truth over yourself replaces lies and negative thoughts. And it reminds me of a great verse. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. And that's 2 Timothy 1:7. We have not been given a spirit of timidity and of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Sound mind. That is also translated to self-discipline. So when it comes to my affirmation blanket, I'm speaking over myself and I'm replacing lies with truth. Okay, and I'm speaking them over myself with affirmation. A few of those affirmations, might be, I am a son of God. I am a child of God. I am protected. I am looked over. I'm seen over. I'm bought with a price. I matter. I am seen. I'm important. I have something to offer. I'm an amazing father. I'm a work in progress. I'm on a journey. I'm not looking to run a sprint. These are all kinds of things I just keep going over in terms of my true identity and how I see myself based on the way God sees me and based on the other great folks that are in my life to speak affirmation and truth into who I really am. If you don't have people that are speaking truth into who you really are and who you're becoming, these might not be friends. These might be people that are sucking the life out of you. So just something to think about. Number 3, renew your mind. For me, I had to base my affirmations that I can speak over myself. The discipline of coming back to the well is super important, meaning I'm coming back to fill my cup. So renewing of your mind. It's not going to be going to get an oil change one time on your car. You're going to come back for preventative maintenance. And by the way, I'm not coming back every 3,000 miles. I'm coming back every 24 hours in my day to refill my cup so that I can pour into others, pour into my family, and pour into my career and into my work. It takes maintenance on yourself to show up daily, to feed on truth and reminders. Life is extremely noisy and crowds out the quiet time with yourself. Fight for that time with yourself. And if you don't fill your cup, you won't be able to pour into anyone else. And here's a great verse. And do not be conformed to this world. You look at this culture, you look at this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renewal, the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove what the will of God is, that which is good and acceptable and perfect. Romans 12:2. So the renewing of my mind doesn't happen on an every other week, every once a month. It's constantly, because why? I'm leading a high octane life. I'm trying to get as much done as I possibly can to produce fruit in my wife, in my family, in my kids, in my friends, in my community. You're looking to produce as much fruit as possible. You're living forward. You're living on purpose. And when you're living on purpose, a lot happens in 24 hours. You also get a ton of resistance and a ton of interference. Based on those two criteria, I have to go and fill my cup daily. And not just in the morning. I'm doing it in the afternoon. I'm pausing for a few minutes to get quiet, to get filled up again. Conversation with a friend, encouragement. You got to renew the mind. That verse wouldn't be in there if it wasn't true. Meaning, it's not like one blanket statement. You're filled with the Spirit. You can just keep on going and you're going to be good for the rest of your life in terms of your mental processes and the way that you think. I have to remember that this is my flesh. And even though that my spirit lives, the outside is dying away, but then inside of us is completely becoming renewed and becoming bigger. We're growing inside, even though our outside is decaying. So that's one thing that you have to remember. This right here is the mothership. This is my hard drive. And what I believe here is what actually comes inside of my actions and becomes my behaviors. So what I think bases what I do. And so I want you to remember that. Renew your mind. So purge and get it out. One of the greatest tools I've used for getting thoughts out onto my head is getting it on paper. And journaling is hands down one of the most important and personal ways to take care of yourself and your heart. It allows you to build thoughts, list goals, and experiments on the fly. More important, you have a spiritual sandbox to play in. I love the fact that these thoughts and ideas don't get lost. You get it out of your head, you set a time aside in the morning, and you purge. My greatest ideas and paintings came from emotionally vomiting on the page. So remember, purge and get it out. 5, and the last one, have a strategy. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it's that simple. If you find yourself painted into a corner, stressed out, frustrated, you can save yourself with the strategy above. When things get heated, it's the end of the day, everybody's hungry, the kids want to know what's going on, we've got everything that we've got to take care of, phones are ringing, stuff's coming in the mail, emails are happening, deadlines are happening, and it just feels like it's noisy. You have to have a strategy. If you don't have a plan, you're going to fail. You're going to fail yourself, you're going to fail your family, and you're going to fail the people that are in your life. I personally have to have a go-to strategy, which is included on this list, these 5 steps that help me have a way out, but also when I'm in the thick of the hurricane, I have a way to deal and a way to dismantle it. So this strategy above is what I call dismantling the bomb. It's a strategy you can have in place that you can use to purge, renew, and grow into authority of your true identity and get back on track when things hit the fan. You can go through your day being present and not in a state of survival or management, and I've been there before. I feel like I'm just managing my way through the day rather than being present, enjoying it, being in love with the moment, being present, looking at my kids in the face, my wife's eyes, and knowing what's going on and enjoying the day rather than just feeling like a hamster wheel. And even if you do fall off the horse, you can mount back up quick and continue if you have this strategy. Otherwise, you're just going to keep repeating the same thing, having the kick the dog syndrome, and it's going to feel kind of miserable. This strategy helps me quickly pivot the minefield of leadership, career challenges, and the mastery of family and career. If you're looking for answers and more strategies, be sure to check out my online mentorship, noahuniversity.com, noahuniversity.com, or if you're looking to discover your calling, you can check out masters.life. So here's the deal. Would you do me a favor? Would you help those that are in your life as well? Would you be willing to share this video with others that are around you? That would be a huge blessing to me. And let's help others. And if this has been a blessing to you, please share it and leave a comment down below. One of the things that I would love to hear is, what thought processes do you find as a reoccurring theme that sidelines your dreams and goals? And what thoughts get in the way? What thoughts get in the way that detract you from hitting those dreams, getting those goals, and living the day that you want to be able to get it done? So share this if you would. Leave a comment down below. I'm glad that you're here, and I appreciate you being in my life. Talk soon.